Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mercedes and this is my 33-week pregnancy update. Don't let this energy fool you because this past week I have been dead. I've been a mom zombie. I don't want to make this video too long, but I didn't get to upload a 32-week pregnancy update, so I'm just going to quickly go through some things, symptoms, all that from week 32. When you are seeing this video, I will be 34 weeks and 1 day pregnant. So I am updating you from week 32 and then I'm going to tell you all about the craziness of week 33. At 32 weeks, the baby was the size of a bok choy. I have no idea what a bok choy was, but let's just go with that. I was craving chili cheese fries and nachos. I have all my symptoms written down on my handy dandy notebook, so I'm just gonna read week 32 symptoms off. I was having a lot of lower abdominal pressure, Braxton Hicks, nausea, trouble sleeping, body and back ache. I was very moody and irritable. I had a small increase in appetite. My boobs have been very leaky. Well, in week 32 they were. Diarrhea, severe heartburn. I got a cold, which I am still struggling with. I was very emotional, stressed, and tired. Now on to week 33. So week 33, the baby is a little bit over 17 inches and a little bit over 4 pounds. And according to Pregnancy Plus, my baby at 33 weeks is the size of a pineapple, which is just crazy to me. Like, how can a pineapple fit in this small little belly? And you guys, I am filming outside because the boys are supposed to be napping and they're just playing around in the rooms and banking, and I don't want that in my video. I would rather have you guys listen to like trees swishing and stuff rather than bang bang. And let me tell you, it is freaking cold in Las Vegas today. Oh my god, I have like 2 jackets on. I'm like bundled up. Although the baby is the size that I just told you it was this week, my baby is actually measuring a lot smaller. I don't exactly have her measurements yet. I will have to get those tonight, but she is measuring a lot smaller, which the doctors are very concerned with. Every week, I give you guys a couple interesting facts that I get from my Pregnancy Plus app about the baby. So week 33, the baby's digestive system is fully 100% working on its own. The baby is peeing up to 1 pint of urine a day. Ooh! What is happening? And I actually got told from a doctor, I believe it was yesterday, that the baby pees into the amniotic fluid, or pees and it turns into amniotic fluid, I don't really know, and then they drink it. So that's pretty nasty. I have been craving Panda Express or just like rice. Today I was craving rice with teriyaki sauce. I went to make some and realized my grandma had cooked my entire box of Minute Maid rice. So thank you, Grandma. My weight. So this is a little freaky and I really don't understand it, but my weight on my scale is 163 pounds, which means I would have gained by now 8 pounds. And I've been using my scale since day 1, so I feel like I should just go off my scale, right? However, I go to the doctor and I'm like 165, 166. So I don't know, maybe I am 165, 166, but I've been going off my scale. So either way, I've gained what I've gained on my scale. Anyways, whatever. So let me just get started with this like list or chart or whatever of what I've been experiencing from week 33, because it has just been a week of madness, like the week from hell. Let me just tell you that. So on December 31st, 2018, I turned 33 weeks. On January 1st of 2019, I started noticing like a pink tint to my urine. And I didn't really notice it in my urine. I just noticed it when I would wipe. It would, like, the toilet paper would have like a little pink tint to it. And I really just thought I was seeing something. Like, I didn't think anything really of it. Fast forward to January 2nd. I wake up really early in the morning and I'm still having this weird pink tint, only it's like getting a little bit darker. And I start having these like mild contractions. So I start timing them and they're like 10 minutes apart consistently. So at that point, I'm like, okay, this is something concerning. So my doctor's office didn't open for another 30 minutes. So I just waited 30 minutes to call my doctor's office to see what I should do. And they actually advised me to go into their office as a walk-in because I hadn't even had my first appointment with them yet. Because if you all watch my videos, you know I'm in the middle of switching doctors. So I didn't have my first real appointment with them until Friday. And this was Wednesday when I was calling them. So I went into their office as a walk-in. So when I get there, I leave my urine sample, the normal thing to do. And when I leave my urine sample, it is dark red. It's like I legit just peed blood. So I let the receptionist know right away. Turns out there was, what did they say was in my urine? They said it was protein, bacteria, something else that they said was normal. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to remember, and blood. And I know protein in your urine isn't good. I know bacteria in your urine isn't good. And they said they couldn't tell if I had a UTI because there was so much blood. They took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was normal. I was then put on the fetal monitor for 25 minutes to monitor the baby's movements, my contractions, and I had a few contractions on the monitor and then they just stopped and the baby's movement looked good. They then wanted to do a swab test. I cannot remember the name of this test, but it was like a really long Q-tip that they had to shove so far in, you know, the hoo-ha area to test and see if I was at risk for preterm labor, and that takes 2 days for the results. And I finally got the results and they're positive. I am at risk for preterm labor, which just scares the living crap out of me because up until now, I have had 100% healthy pregnancies. They checked my cervix and I was 1 centimeter dilated, which I feel like is normal. This is my 5th baby and my cervix was still long, so that's good news. They then wanted to do a strip test to see if my water had broken, to test for amniotic fluid. And it came back positive, which scared the crap out of me. So then they ordered an ultrasound right away. I just went from one room to the next room. They did an ultrasound to check my fluids to see if my fluids were going down. Because if my fluids were going down, that means my water had in fact broken and I needed to go to the hospital. So she is doing the ultrasound for literally 1 minute and she goes, yep, she needs to go. Like my fluid levels went from 14 to like 9 and they're not supposed to go down, obviously. So they told me my water broke. So I go on Facebook and I'm like, oh my God, you guys, my water broke. I'm on my way to the hospital. Like I was freaking out, which I probably shouldn't have posted that because my water in fact did not break, which I will get into. So I'm sent to labor and delivery at the hospital and this is what happened at the hospital. Okay, at the hospital, they do the same exact tests that my doctor just did. They did the urine sample, the results came back the same. They immediately hooked me up to the monitors. They did the strip test twice to see if my water actually had broken and they both came back negative, which I was shocked. Like, how could it be positive at my doctor's office and then negative like 20 minutes later at the hospital? So they hurried up and they did an ultrasound to check my fluids and my fluids were still at 14. They had actually never gone down, and I guess the explanation they gave me for this was that the doctor might have just been in a rush checking the fluids, that she missed a pocket or something, and that's why it came back so low. So they told me that my fluids were normal, the baby looked healthy, baby's head down, and they also, I guess, put a note in their system saying that my baby was measuring really small, which they didn't tell me at the time. Let me tell you, I was so frustrated at the hospital because they weren't telling me anything at all. They were just basically giving me theories about what was going on with me, what was going on with my body. They said that I was 100% healthy, and I'm just like, I'm peeing blood. I'm not healthy. What is going on with me, and what is going on with my baby? I swear to you, I asked them a million questions, and they just gave me theories of what it could be, and then I feel like that's all they did. So I left with no answers. They prescribed me Macrobid, which I have to take for 7 days, and that was just to try to clean out my urinary tract to see if it would make the bleeding stop. They didn't know if I had a UTI. They didn't know if I had a kidney stone, because that's what they were telling me, either UTI, kidney stone, maybe a polyp or something. So they just basically prescribed me this medicine, which isn't harmful, but I feel like it's pointless to take if it's not going to help, right? So fast forward, I believe a little over 24 hours, so not Thursday but Friday, I go into my doctor's appointment. I'm still having bloody urine, and this is where she confirms to me that I have a UTI. She goes, "Did the hospital tell you you have a UTI?" And I was like, "No, I asked a million times if I did, and they said no." So I learned that I had a UTI, so I really did need the Macrobid after all. And then she starts talking about how not to stress, that my baby's very small, they're gonna take a second look. And I was like, wait, what do you mean my baby's really small? They didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me anything. But I guess the baby has always been measuring 6 days behind, but I guess she is measuring pretty far behind. So I was like, I started to get so worried. I'm just like, what is going on? My doctor does another strip test just to confirm that my water in fact did not break, and it did not break. They also, while they were down there in my area, did the little group B strep test, which I don't have the result of yet. They also did blood work, because I have been needing to get the RhoGAM shot because my blood type is O negative. So when you're O negative, you have to get the RhoGAM shot. It's just like a shot in your butt. It does not feel good. But they couldn't give me the shot because they could not find my blood work on file from my previous doctor, so they had to redo my blood work to be able to confirm my blood type, yada yada yada. After that, they hooked me up to the monitors just to check on the baby, because she hasn't been as active as she has been. And I stressed this to the doctor. I was like, look, I laid in bed for about 3 hours last night just waiting to feel the slightest movement so that I can go to bed. Like, I was so tired, and I just stayed up waiting to feel something, and I ended up feeling like little hiccups. So I was like, okay, she's hiccuping, I can go to sleep. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So I'm on the monitor, and they keep coming in. They're very concerned because she's not moving, and when she does move, it's like not as much as she should. And so I'm running out of breath. So they give me some apple juice and some fruit snacks to eat and drink to see if it'll wake her up, to get her moving. And after that, I lay on the monitor for about 20 more minutes. She's still not moving. So my doctor gets worried, and she's like, look, I can keep you on the monitor and potentially nothing improve, or I can send you over to labor and delivery. They can hook you to the monitors for a few hours, and we can see what's going on. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to waste my time here. I'll just go over to labor and delivery again. So here I am again, back at the hospital in labor and delivery, being hooked up to the monitors. I'm so worried. I had to give another urine sample, you know, get undressed into the gown, all of that, not fun stuff. They drew my blood again at the hospital, only they did it in the exact same spot that they had just drew my blood an hour ago at my doctor's office. And I swear I wanted to like karate chop this lady drawing my blood, because she's sitting there poking at it, trying to find the vein, and it's so sore from already having blood drawn there. I was just like, oh my God, is this necessary? Can't you use the other arm? She didn't want to use the other arm. That hurt. So I'm hooked up to these monitors for 5 hours, no joke. And I guess what was happening was she was moving. She was moving fine, not as active as they would have liked, but she was moving more. Only when your baby moves, their heart rate is supposed to go up. Like if you were to go like running up the stairs, your heart rate would go up. So when she moves, her heart rate is supposed to go up. every time she would move, her heart rate would go down. So they were very concerned with that. Also, they told me that my heart rate was very, very high. And this nurse was like insisting I smoke. She was like, I swear she asked me if I smoke like 1,000 times. I'm like, no, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any of that. I'm not exposed to secondhand smoke, I barely leave my house. No, I don't smoke. And she was like, are you sure you don't smoke? You sure you don't smoke? I'm like, I don't smoke. So they get the results back from my blood work within 30 minutes and they're like, okay, you are O negative, we're gonna give you the RhoGAM. And I was like, oh, okay, great, whatever. I go through this every pregnancy, nothing new. But then she goes on to tell me that because the baby is measuring so far behind and because of her weird movements and heart rate, my doctor is concerned that she's going to have to deliver the baby a lot sooner than need to be. I don't know when. I'm probably going to ask that tonight. But she goes, we're going to need to give you steroid shots to help the baby's lungs develop. And I was like, wait, so I got to get RhoGAM and a steroid shot both in my booty right now, today? Oh my God. It's just like, yeah, sorry. And I was like, oh, great. Like, oh my God, what is this? I was just like, oh my God, okay. I was like squeezing the rails of the bed and I was like, just hurry up already. So I got all that done. I got one steroid shot. I have to go back tonight for the other and to be monitored again for another hour just to check on the baby. They also did another ultrasound. They took like 30 minutes doing this ultrasound, checking the fluids and her size and all that. They said that the baby looks 100% healthy and my fluids look amazing, normal. Her heart rate looks okay, and the only thing they're concerned about is her size. I was like, okay, well, that is some good news. So not only do I have to return today for the second steroid shot and monitoring, my doctor wants me back at her office weekly for my doctor's appointments, also weekly for fetal movement monitoring, whatever. So I have to go to my doctor 2 times a week now. And they also scheduled me at my doctor's office another growth scan. It's just all so overwhelming. I hope I didn't forget anything. Like, I wanted to make this video as short as possible, but I'm looking and it's like 20 minutes long. Hopefully I can shorten it a bit, but I feel like I've talked very, very fast and I've gotten all the information in here, so it'll probably... Why is my throat growling? Oh my God. Anyways, I feel like I have told you guys all my symptoms in this. I've been just having like backache, body ache, some cramping on my lower stomach. Like I'll show you guys when I stand up to show you my bump. I've also had like chest pain. I remember the other night I had such bad chest pain, like somebody was just stabbing me in the chest and it was so hard to breathe. And then I've had like a little cramp under like my right boob. Other than that, just like the normal pregnancy symptoms. My pee is actually starting to lighten up with the blood since I've started the macrobid. I've only taken it twice so far, but it is already lightening up. I'm drinking tons of fluid, just emptying my bladder. So I feel like it's time to show you guys my bump date. Okay, so this is my bump at 33 weeks. And like right here is what I'm talking about, where I'm having the pain, just like pew, right here. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's update. I know it's a little bit more relaxed and very informative, but if you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you, yes you, in my next video. Bye. I'm like filming outside and there's like the neighbors are in their yard doing I don't know what, but they're like just like, I feel like they're just listening to me. Oh my God. I just got to the hospital for my steroid shot and fetal monitoring. It's a little creepy. I think I'm the only person in here, But yeah, I just got my second steroid shot and it does not feel good, but I'm on the monitor right now and the baby looks 100% fine, so I think they're gonna discharge me pretty soon. Okay, you guys, I'm home. I was only at the hospital for probably 45 minutes or less, but they said that the baby looks like night and day, like she's a completely different baby today. I'm not sure if it has to do with the medication that I'm now on, but today I felt great and the baby is great. So the only thing that we have to worry about now is just her size, because she's measuring so far behind, and I have my growth scan, another growth scan, coming up in just a few days, so hopefully we can get some answers with that. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I think I already ended it, but I don't really know how else I would end it, but I hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna try and get some rest, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.